Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Kiodiekin, and in today's video review, we are going to take an extensive look at the Elgato pedal and why I personally believe that this is the best pedal on the market for retro gaming, arcade gaming, and especially light guns. Now, there's a plethora of uses that you could use with the Elgato pedal. In fact, most of you who are familiar with the Elgato Stream Deck, you can incorporate that with the Elgato pedal. This is just an extension that allows you to use your feet to access a number of different applications and movements with your computer PC. Now, unfortunately, there is no Linux compatibility with this. I believe it's compatible with Mac, but right now, exclusively, you're primarily using this exclusively for your PC. So here we have our user interface here. And in addition to this, I did show this video, or did something equivalent to this several months ago. And I had a few guys who are in the retro gaming scene that uses light guns. What in my opinion on this? So I did this live showcase for them several days ago. So I thought it would be a good idea to do this on the channel. So pretty much what you do is you get this pedal and you can create profiles for it. It allows you to access a number of different programs and also create hotkeys for it. But aside from that, there's more that you could do with this Elgato pedal. This is competitive in terms of its price. I believe the price on this is about $89. However, typically this goes on sale for about $65 to $69. And you could buy this at Best Buy, microcenter, and a number of other stores. So typically those of you who are interested in using a pedal, or maybe if you want to use this Elgato pedal, you're typically ordering something on Amazon that you've never seen before. You're ordering it, but maybe based on reviews. But there's not a lot of accessories, especially pedals, where you could just walk into the store over the counter and quickly buy it. You can do this at Micro Center, Best Buy, easy return policy. So when I say that this is the best device that you could get in terms of using it for a light gun pedal or for retro gaming, I'm not just talking about just in terms of the workmanship. I'm talking about price, availability, where you could buy it, ease of use, and all the expensive features that you could get with this. And in fact, one of the viewers I was watching, I told him I could probably dedicate an entire YouTube channel to Elgato and the Elgato pedal. I could probably push out a good 200 videos on this topic because there's a number of different features and things that you could do with this. So aside creating hotkeys, you also get sound effects with this as well. You can create, you get licensed music. I believe this is copyrighted free music that you can get exclusively with the library. You can use this for music. You get music included with this as well. All this is free that's included with this. And then of course you also get some additional icons and whatnot. These are just good add-ons that you can't ask for more. It's definitely reasonable as far as what you could do with this for the price. You also get some additional plugins for it. So this is the user interface here. You can control your volume, access different applications. Everything you see here, you can install it and incorporate this with your Elgato pedal in terms of additional gaming. This is why I said this is the best pedal you could get for light gun gaming and also using your PC. Now again, this thing does come included with three additional buttons, or three buttons. In fact, the center one, you could use that as a simple stand if you want your foot to rest on it. And then of course you could use the additional two buttons on here as well. Now I know it's been a while. I haven't uploaded my I did two of these, but I did a video with two of these working side by side. So yeah, you can hook up as many of these devices as you want and also have those interchangeable with your gaming and user interface. So let's see here, we have our actual Elgato pedal. You could play your audio. You also have your timing features here. You have Streamlabs, Scene, Audio Mixer. If I wanted to, let's say, change any of this stuff out. In fact, I'll probably have to redo this, but I'm just showing you guys really quickly. This also allows you to quickly access your website, and I can pick any one of these buttons here. I do have my Elgato pedal right underneath me. Let's take a look at the settings really quickly. And one of the other main questions was someone was asking me was, can you set up profiles for this? And the answer is yes, you can. So currently I have Time Crisis 5 set up for this. You guys have seen my previous videos with me using it for Grand Theft Auto, so you do have that available too. And then of course you also have your accounts, and you can also set up your device to have it display a particular color, if you will, with your Elgato pedal. You also have OBS controls set up here. We can intermingle that if I want to go ahead and just bring that over. And then of course here, this is my hotkey. So I've already had this set up for Time Crisis 5. So in this particular situation, I would go to, let's see here. You want to go to, I think it's hotkey. So let's see, we go to System, Hotkey Switch. And then of course that's where you can assign your button. So when I first got this, I'm used to the terminology of creating macros, and so that was a little confusing, or creating some type of hotkey, because there are a couple of ways of doing this. And so as you can see here, I have the row profile set. So if I want to put it back as to what it was, you could go here. I could hit the W button, and then this will make it the W function here. So if I was actually typing or whatever, I want that letter to display, or playing a game, it makes it really easy to do this. So let's say we have hotkey, and then if I want to assign a alphanumeric key, I can make it the 0 button, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys get the point. And then also I could assign one of the alphabetic letters here by clicking on it, or just selecting as I did here. Let's go back, hit W. All right, we'll make it W again. And then of course you could change the title to, let's say, move right, because that's what it does. And then of course the actual letter that you're going to press on is W. So for those of you who are familiar with Technoparrot in gaming and also using Joy to Key, this bypasses everything. You don't need to mess with anything Joy to Key. You don't need to mess with anything within Technoparrot. And those of you who are familiar with certain particular games, certain games are already defaulted depending upon how the dev made it to work with a specific button. So let's say if you're using playing a game and it's using the particular reload function, or let's say the button press for the pedal is supposed to be semicolon, you can leave that as it is, and then you use this particular interface to change however it is you actually want. So no need to map out or rechange out anything. I know Time Crisis 5 is one of those games where you need Joy to Key to remap out the button if you want to change it from T or W. I can leave it exactly how it is. Obviously that's not how I would want it on my keypad, but because this gives me so much freedom to change whatever it is I want to, I could just map it here. Again, you're not paying for this. You already pay for it or get the software with your Elgato Stream Deck, or pretty much your Elgato pedal, which you would be using it in this case, and you can map it out this way. But again, we have some additional options here. If you want to use this for text, multimedia, for those of you who love playing Call of Duty, and I know some of you are live streaming and you don't want people to be aware of what you're doing, let's say using a Chronos in or whatnot, you could do your live stream, people don't see your feet, and you could, you know, use your different macro keys or hotkeys if you want on your PC, and no one would be the wiser. So you can interchange all of your Twitter functions, your multimedia, any type of scripts or hotkeys directly, and program them in to your Elgato pedal. So we have scene transition. These are all your multimedia interfaces here. Background effects, control center, set brightness, Twitch audio. And again, this is the actual user interface. And again, this is really seamless, so you don't have to use something else to program whatever it is you want to do, especially for gaming, because again, there are a number of programs that are already predetermined. This makes life a whole lot easier for you. So let's back out of this really quickly. In fact, let's take a look. All right, we already done this. Let's go back here. We're going to exit out. All right, and so now we're looking at some of the additional programs that you can access or use plugins with your Elgato pedal or your Stream Deck. Now, keep in mind, even though this is primarily made for your Stream Deck, all of that is capable here with your Elgato pedal. So we have, let's see, sound effects. Let's go back and go to Discover. These are all the programs. In fact, it will probably take me a day and a half to kind of go through all of these. So these are all of them here. Twitch Studio, Control Center, Voice Mod, OBS, Spotify integration. And you know, I thank you guys for, you know, asking me, you know, wondering if I would do something like this, because again, this would probably take you all day to kind of go through here and see it. But unfortunately, you can only access this software if you have a qualifying Elgato product in order to download and see this software. You also have CPU, Twitch, Discord, OBS. I'll just quickly scroll down through here so you guys could see what's available. And even while you're in gameplay, you still have full function to switch over to some of these options. So let's say if you're playing a game that's occupying your full screen, and let's say you want to quickly record, but you don't want to exit out of a game to do that. So like right now I'm using Xsplit to record my desktop software, or my desktop actually. So I could press on the Elgato pedal, have it preset up to where it will open up the program and automatically start recording without having to leave the game. And you can all set that up directly from this interface here. Voice meter integration, stream counter. And typically, again, the reason why I say this is the best is because you're not going to get all of these additional programs or plugins included with a stock interface or with any other type of pedal. And I do believe one of the other pedals that are out there on the market, I can't remember the name of them, but they have 3 different buttons. It uses a Windows-based operating system or interface. Little harder to set up, not as robust, definitely not backed by a company like Elgato or Corsair, but I believe it's made in China. But I've been skeptical about that, because one of the things that brings me peace of mind is Elgato is backed by Corsair. Corsair bought Elgato brand a few years ago. And again, that's something you would have to order through Amazon. You would have to check it out for yourself. And it's not something easily that you could buy over the counter. And I think the quality of it's a little bit cheap. It's not as robust as the Elgato Stream Deck or the Elgato pedal. And then, of course, we also know that you have the sending pedal that's out there, and some of the other competitors in the market. But for the most part, those are averaging anywhere between $250 on retail. You can't just walk into a store, buy it over the counter. It has one metal button, and you can only use that within certain games, because some of the games now use either 2 or 3 buttons. But again, that's something that's about $300 when you start factoring in all the shipping costs. And I do know that there was another competitor out there that was making a pedal. Unfortunately, they're not making that right now. And it only had one button switch for it, which couldn't be remapped or programmed. So how viable is that to use that for a solution if you get a pedal that you're not able to use it? Let's go ahead and install this, because I do have this program. Oh, we'll see this really quickly. So let's see here, we have this Elgato, so I won't mess with that right now. But just for the most part, just how time consuming is that to buy a pedal that only has one particular use, and just out of box is already obsolete. I mean, if you're getting a pedal, obviously it may look robust and good, which will give you more of that authentic feel for, let's say, the original Time Crisis, or let's say a Time Crisis 2 back from the arcade. Time Crisis 2 doesn't run on a lot of games, I mean on a lot of emulators. So you figure you have a pedal out there that can only be used in one instance, and if the software doesn't allow you to remap out that button for something else of use, then it's coming out of the box obsolete. When you have something like this that you can remap and you have 3 different buttons, and it's only a viable price of, let's say, $69 to $89, you could get a discount on that, then I mean, you're getting more than what you bargained for. So let's go back here to our plugins. I know I went a little bit further and off topic, but let's scroll down here. But this is just a list of all the plugins and possibilities that you could use, you know, for this pedal. And, you know, again, I do have a series coming up that I definitely need to finish, which would be retro gaming. If you have, for accessibility options, if you have a disability, haven't fully gotten through that. So if you are somebody looking for, again, an additional accessory that will allow you to kind of play games for accessibility, if you can't hold a standard controller, then this is another viable option. And so you have Warview here, Godot Utilities, MVF1, BZ Gear Camera, Billable Status. All of these can be integrated into your interface while you're gaming. So again, I love this device. I bought this on the whim. I didn't know that it came out brand new at the time that I bought it. I did that first tutorial back in August of last year. But again, there are just so many different uses for this Elgato pedal. I personally think that anybody into light gun gaming should have it. It should be the #1 choice. In fact, I also still recommend Microsoft unit, Logitech adaptive controller. However, that unit comes in at $100, and then of course you still have to buy additional accessories for it. You can program it. As far as the Elgato, it's just really seamless, you know, as far as in terms of the most affordable, most durable, that gives you a wide variety of options that you could use for your Elgato pedal. Then this is, or for your light gun gaming, there's no other option out there on the market, in my personal opinion. I mean, I love this thing. I don't have any regrets about buying it. For those of you who are familiar with TechnoParrot and some of the other emulators, again, instead of using Joy to Key and some of the other programs you need to go back in and remap any of those buttons, you can leave everything as default and go back in, remap everything however you want it. In fact, in most cases, you only need 2 buttons. You can use the 3rd button for something else. It's really great to have. I mean, again, I have absolutely no complaints about it. The workmanship of the Elgato pedal is second to none. And for those of you who are looking for the best option, then I would highly suggest getting the Elgato pedal. But again, I wanted to put this video out there just kind of showcasing what this program can do as far as all its features. I could probably make 200 videos or make a video on every little instance of every little program that you see on here. They're constantly adding things, so if you are comfortable, familiar with the Elgato Stream Deck, then you would be more than happy to use your feet for light gun gaming or arcade gaming or any other type of gaming for your PC as an additional mod of use. In fact, I showed you guys when I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and if you want to even use this for fighting games, if you want to program this to do a hyper combo or do another particular combo or create a string of commands by simply pressing on a button, you can use this as well. Again, the ideas and things that you could do with this is pretty much unlimited. I mean, it's limitless as far as what you could do with this type of program. But again, consider subscribing, liking to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are about this video. I know there's not a lot of content out there showing the full GUI of what you could do with this system. I know a lot of people really haven't talked about it too much, but again, wanted to create this as a reference point so you can see exactly what it is you're doing, what it is you're getting, and why this Elgato pedal, as far as its price, its workmanship, everything that it has to offer as far as its seamless feasibility, programming it into your particular emulator, why this should be your #1 unit or accessory of choice. So that being said, I will catch you guys later. Please like and subscribe. You guys all have a great day. Let me know if I need to do a follow-up and do a little bit more in-depth tutorial if you have a specific use for this that really hasn't been covered or you haven't seen on the net. You guys have a great day. Peace out. Bye-bye.